Good news for Nnamdi Kanu in prison as British PM asks Tinubu to order his release. Good news for Nnamdi Kanu in prison as British PM asks Tinubu to order his release. To my dear listeners, it is a good news as British PM has finally reached out to Tinubu to order Nnamdi Kanu's release with immediate effect. To my dear listeners, kindly stay tuned as I read this interesting news. The American military veterans of Igbo descent, AVID, have reached out to the newly appointed British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, seeking his intervention in the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and a British citizen. In a letter dated July 19, AVID extended their congratulations to Prime Minister Starmer on his recent electoral victory. The letter, signed by AVID President Dr. Sylvester Oyal and Secretary Dr. Godson Obiago, highlighted Kanu's plight following his extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria in 2021. They urged the British Prime Minister to use his influence to persuade Nigerian authorities to release Kanu, who is currently held by the Department of State Services, DSS, under conditions that have reportedly exacerbated his health issues. The American military veterans of Igbo descent, AVID, wishes to congratulate you and the people of the United Kingdom on your successful general elections on July 5, 2024. Your victory as the new Prime Minister is both remarkable and timely. We appreciate your progressive stance on British imperialism and its effect on Africa, particularly Nigeria. We are confident in your leadership given your extensive knowledge of global affairs and your commitment to transformative change. AVID, a non-profit organization comprising U.S. citizens of Igbo descent who have honorably served or are currently serving in various branches of the U.S. Armed Forces, was incorporated in New Mexico and is headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida. We are politically neutral and operate independently of any political affiliations at home or abroad. We bring to your attention the illegal extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a political activist and British citizen, by the Nigerian government from Nairobi, Kenya to Nigeria. Since 2021, Mr. Kanu has been in isolated detention under the Nigerian Department of State Security Services, DSS, for advocating a referendum to create the nation of Biafra from present-day Nigeria. Mr. Kanu suffers from significant health problems and is not receiving adequate medical care. Recently, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, a special counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, reported on social media yesterday during our visitation with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu We found him ill with shortness of breath, low BP and general malaise. For this reason, he requested to see his doctor and we submitted a letter in this regard. We urge you to expedite a thorough review of this case and facilitate the release of Nnamdi Kanu from his detention in Nigeria. AVID staunchly supports democratic processes worldwide. A call for a referendum is not synonymous with a call for war or violence. We hold high hopes that you will assist in freeing this British citizen from the cruel and inhumane treatment he has endured at the hands of the Nigerian government. AVID's letter underscores their concern for Kanu's health and the broader implications of his detention, urging Prime Minister Stammerer to take swift and decisive action. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, well, I must really say that it is a good news that the British new PM reached out to Tinubu for Nnamdi Kanu's immediate release. But what I feel is Nnamdi Kanu's judgment must have been passed for a very long time now. If not that, there is still some issues going on underground. The issue we don't know about, but we know it is between the federal government and Biafra. And as a matter of fact, holding Nnamdi Kanu by force will not solve the problems that is going on in this country. I would personally beseech the federal government not to take Kanu forcefully, not to stress too much power on him, but have a round table talks with Kanu and his cabinet. Having a whole lot of forceful holding of Kanu would bring nothing than war, problems to the southeast, even Nigeria as a whole. So to my dear listeners, I don't think holding Kanu to this extent would bring a solution to the current predicament that this country is facing. Let them